Welcome back once again. This is Mr. Spinks. We're in NAMS class. This is section 5.6, first video, section 5.6. Now, with this one that we're talking about today, the section 5.6 one, this is going to be a little tougher. It's not a difficult one, but at the same time, everybody always messes it up because they think they've got it. So be paying attention, please. Talking about exponents. So we're going to start by talking about the vocabulary terms, exponent and base, and then we will evaluate exponents and when to use parentheses. Very important stuff here. So let's start it off. What exactly is an exponent? Well, in the expression 5 to the second power, 2 is the exponent. Now, what 5 to the second power means, 5 to the second power is actually the base 5 multiplied by itself 2 times. So what the exponent is the number of times you multiply this base by itself. 5 squared, 5 times 5 is 25. But that's the idea. I will do another one. In the expression 7 to the third power, 3 is the exponent. Once again, the exponent is a smaller number up in the corner. We also call it the power. However, what it does is it tells you how many times you're going to multiply the base by itself. 7 to the third power is not 21. It is 7 times 7 times 7. We take that base 7 and multiply it times itself 3 times because 3 is the exponent. 7 times 7 times 7 is 343, not 21. So be careful with this stuff. As I said, people mess them up when they think they've got them. Now we talked about exponents, let's talk about bases. In the expression 5 to the second power, 5 is the base, bigger number, the one being multiplied. And hopefully that you have inferred at this point in time in the expression 7 to the third power, 7 is the base. But that's what we're going to be talking about in this video, basic exponent stuff and how to operate with them, not making mistakes. Be careful, it's real easy to do. Starting off, 5 to the second power, we just did it. Please don't write 10. The base is 5, it is multiplied by itself 2 times. 5 times 5 is going to be the answer. We'll come back to that one. Next, negative 9 to the second power. Since the negative 9 is the negative sign is in the parentheses, we multiply everything in the parentheses by itself the number of times of the exponents. This makes this negative 9 times negative 9. I'll come back in a second. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3. 3 of them multiplied together. Come back in a sec. 2 to the fourth power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now, I want you to stop this video and answer all of those right now, and then come back and check my responses. Go ahead. Hopefully you've stopped the video and you're back now. Now, I write out every time that 5 to the second power is 5 times 5. I write it out every time because otherwise you're going to call it 10. And 5 squared is not 10 because 5 times 5 is 25. Same idea over here. I see negative 18 all the time. Not right. Negative 9 times negative 9 is a negative times a negative. They have the same sign. It's multiplication. It will become positive 81. Moving on, 3 to the third power. Everybody writes 9. Disagree. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3. Well, since 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. 3 to the third power is 27. Last one, 2 to the fourth is not 8. It's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 one more time, 2 to the fourth power is 16. Once again, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. And on the next one I'm going to show you how incredibly important parentheses are, so please pay attention. Notice what's in the parentheses here. Negative 2 is surrounded in the parentheses. What does this mean? It means multiply the thing in the parentheses by itself 4 times. That's exactly what that means. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. We'll come back for an answer in a second on that one. This one's different though. Negative 2 to the fourth power. Anytime this negative does not have parentheses around it, it's the same thing as negative 1 times something. And since order of operations says exponent before multiply, what this is, it's negative 1 times 2 to the fourth power. That's what you have. Now what this means, the only thing being taken to the power is 2, not negative 2. So it's negative 1 times 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. Notice the difference between these two things. They work out with very different results. Let's check the results. Up here, -2 times -2 is -4, times -2 again is -8, times -2 one last time is +16. We have +16 here. Over here, however, I will take care of the power first, so I will go and multiply all these 2's together. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. But from there, I still need to multiply the -1 times the 16. That's why the result here is -16. My point here is that parentheses are very important, and we need to be extremely careful. All right, last two. -2 to the third power. The -2 is in the parentheses, so I will multiply it times itself 3 times. Whereas here, there are no parentheses, so it's like, -1 times 2 to the third power. So what we're going to do, we're going to do -1 times 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. That's the difference here. Looking at the first one, a -2 times a -2 is a +4, times another -2 is a -8. And on the other one, -1 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And that makes this -1 times 8, which also ends up being -8. But the parentheses are still very important in the sequence here.